All right, good morning, traders. So, SPY's got some bad news. uh, Biden's talking about we may have to lock the country down again. There's more COVID coming. Uh, Bond yields hit a new high, which is not good. Janet Yellen's talking about raising taxes. So, we got a lot of bad news for the market. I will be surprised to see the market climb today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. Market's about to open in just a second. So we're open. Let's see if it sells off right here, if it holds up. So far, so good. It is still really early. Futures are leaning lower as well. Sounds QQQ, look. Yeah, QQQ. Still in this downtrend. Looks like it's going to drop again here soon. See, SEAC, what are you doing? BBIG. Nothing going on there. Let me back out of this a little bit. Ooh. Ooh. There is very little volume in either of these top gainer lists. Oh, here we go. TME GSX. So GSX has got somebody, their CEO, purchasing a bunch. See, MBRX. There we go. There's an interesting chart pattern. VSIT, nothing there yet, but we'll keep it on watch. Boy, this is already ugly. So let's go with GSX. Yeah, SPY looking a little rough. And PR. Anything on this that might pop? Let's see. Archon getting a little pop. That's okay as well. These rising bond yields hurting tech. No surprise there. Alright, that's about all I'm seeing at the moment for possible plays. Let's see. This just hit a new high. Keep an eye on that. SEAC selling off. MBRX. This may be a possible play. But it's gonna run into $5. Ooh, it's a cancer play. I'm gonna go. Just kind of started to build this bull flag. Where'd I get filled at? 472. That's a little high. Yeah, we got this little flag going on. This may be a possible engulfing candle. Depends on where it closes at. If it can break up out of this, it's got room to 5, and then 5 is going to be pretty tough. Testing at 475. And let's see. This candle's fixing to close. It may not engulf. It's getting pushed down. Ooh. Oh boy, what a drop. That was nasty. Give us half a second to try to come back up. I was not expecting that type of drop. If it doesn't come back up here, I'm going to get out. And this is the issue right now. With this choppy market, you never know. Yeah, that had support. That had support in multiple areas and just cracked right through all that support. I think that's an overreaction sell. That's quite the drop. SPY's coming down pretty hard, it looks like. It probably is. Yeah, SPY cracking hard. That's why that all of a sudden turned around like that. I kind of like that pattern. Let's see. Where was that on? NBRX? Yeah, it was NBRX. Starting to crack harder. I'm about to have to get out. $420. Real quick, there's something I saw with a decent little pattern going on. What was it I just looked at? VSTI getting halted on the way up. I just saw. I don't know where that was. What stock that was. I was looking at. Well, anyway, you can see right there. Basically hard. Well, that's part of the reason too. Hard rejection at that 100-day moving average. I didn't think that was going to hold up as that strong of resistance, but it sure did. It got smacked. Good morning, Kay. Yeah, it's not looking good. Oops. It's really trying to push back up, but really struggling. Yeah, this is about to crack, hitting new lows. Good morning, Daniel B. That's very close to cracking it. 420 is trying to hold a support. That's why I put my stop loss on that 420. I mean, at this point, because that turned around on me so fast. I didn't have much of a chance to react to that one. I'm gonna start looking for another possible trade, but it may be too sketchy today. This is a nice little U shape on GSX. I just got stopped out there on that. Or nice possible U shape. We'll see. This market is choppy and ugly though. NBRX dropping. Let's see what I lose on NBRX. 16, whatever. KOSS. This is looking interesting. A little trend line started. If I can hold up. Not a lot of volume on it though. There's just not a lot of volume in the market right now. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing, because I know Bitcoin was close to breaking out. Yeah, Bitcoin's still looking strong. This is the first time that I've seen Bitcoin disconnected from the U.S. stock market. That is a very good sign. Hopefully that continues, because it doesn't make sense for cryptos to be acting off of the U.S. stock market in a down way anyway. Yeah, just no volume though on it. There's a couple of plays I'd like to play, but they just don't have anything going on. GSX not breaking out either. DLPN dropping even lower down to this 9-day moving average. Just looking at this, there's just not a lot of volume. I mean, you got a couple of plays, the ones we're looking at, that's got good volume, but there's just not many. It's like 6. So GameStop's in this. Getting close up to this downtrend. Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying in pre-market. I was like, there's not any good news on the SPY. The SPY is probably going to drop. I'm not surprised at this at all. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it go even lower today. Especially because the volume is so light today. I mean, this Sway scanner's got one stock that's $1 million in float. Or not float, but volume. It's NBRX. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Nasdaq gainer and 1 on NYSE gainer list, so it's very low volume. PFMT, some good sells. Got a little trend line forming here on this guy. It's kind of going against the market. I'm going on this. This looks like it's about to start pushing up. Bouncing off of this trend line. I may have got in too early, but we'll see. Boom, nice pop up there all the way up to 220. Just hit a new high a year, so probably sell off after this maybe. Yeah, you can see a little sell off there. A little profit taken. Let's see, so pre-market this is at 260, so that's where we got room to. Actually 225 is going to be a tough area as well. We're getting hung up at 215 right at the moment. Like I said, it may come back down the trend line. But that's alright. My injury's at 207. Trend line's at 2 or close to 2, so I'm only going to be risking about 10 cents. As long as this doesn't crack hard like that other play did. Yeah, we got resistance at 215, 225, 235-ish. So we got resistance about every 10 cents on this, and this is pushing for just push for a new high. And this market is going to and there we are back down to the trend line. So let's see if the trend line holds up here. This has potential, but with this market, I'm a little skeptical of anything doing anything. That's nice. See buyers buying it right up off the trend line. Very nice. Good strong close on that bounce off the trend line now that we've had to pull back. That's a little bit ugly. Well, actually, here, let me redraw my trend line. Just kind of drew a quick trend line in there. More like something like that. So actually, we're testing the trend line again here. SPY dropping some more. Yeah, SPY's just rolling over, just giving up. It's gasping for air right now. I can't breathe. Shit, what was I on? Whoops. Oh, it's PFMT. That's what it was. Put that up on my watch list so I don't forget that again. So we got 30 seconds for this candle to close. We want it to close above the trend line. Preferably over 2. Got 10 seconds left here. So right now in the markets, your motto is survive until you thrive. So you just need to survive these choppy markets, keep your stop losses tight, try to get the best possible entries close to support as you can. Oh, let's make crack on me here. Probably don't go too heavy on share size positions, because we are in such a choppy market where you see a MBRX turned around and just dumped on me in like half a second. So remember that, survive until you thrive. You just gotta survive this choppy market until we get back into a hot market. Or like I've said in one video, you could have played SQQ today, one of these reverse ETFs, inverse ETFs. You can see it's already climbed from 1380 up to 14, a little 20 cents there. See, this is trying to get back above this trend line. It really needs to get back above $2 here. Big buyer just came in at 199. Two still struggling to hold a support. This may crack. You just like this trade week? Well, it is the end of the month, the beginning of a new month also, but like I said earlier, there's a lot of bad news for the stock market in the news streams right now. Like another lockdown is detrimental to the stock market. These bond rates raising to all new highs. Well, not all new highs, but hitting new highs recently. Like I said, Janet Yellen talking about raising taxes. You got Ray Dalio saying that the government's going to ban Bitcoin. Doesn't matter. They can try to ban it, but they can't really do anything about it. So we're starting to get a little bounce back off of this trend line now. But yeah, it's not pretty. And then Jerome Powell just pretty much ignoring the inflation that's going on. That's what I said. You gotta thrive until you survive. You gotta thrive these rough markets, or not thrive, survive till you thrive. Whatever I said. You gotta survive until you thrive. That's it. I bet this is red. It's pretty red, but not as red as I thought it was gonna be. So we got this little downtrend here that needs to break. Getting close to breaking. Yeah, it could. Daniel B's not wrong. If what I've been kind of saying is going to happen the last couple of months, then it could be quite a long time. But that doesn't mean there won't be days to make big gains either. There'll be some days in the middle of all that where you'll have a chance to make some gains. But a lot of times in this type of market, the best thing to do is scalp so you're in and out really quick and you're not. Yeah, and like I said, like I've been saying, this is gonna make 2008 look like hiccups. If what I think's gonna happen happens. So it could get a little rough in the market. The biggest problem is Janet Yellen's talking about raising capital gains tax, which affects all of us. Anybody who's a trader or investor, that affects. Now, right now in this economy that's barely alive, raising taxes on your investors who are keeping money flowing even during the pandemic and lockdown, we all trading and put money in the markets. You raise taxes on us, it's gonna be rough. Wall Street will want to be jumping out of positions. I mean, it is possible you may see. Well, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna see. Whatever happens. But it's gonna be nuts. I tell you that this is not gonna be an easy economic time this year. Yeah, the market is very high. It's went straight up since 2008. Pretty much, besides the pandemic pullback. And if bond rates get up to 3%, we're going to see an ugly stock market. Like a really ugly stock market. Which is fine. If the market crashes, it's not going to crash all the way to zero or anything. The feds can come in and halt the market if it starts dropping more than a certain percentage. I think, what is it? The feds can lock it at Daniel B's like 2.6% or something like that. If it has a 2.6% drop, can't remember the exact number, but they'll come in and halt the markets if it really starts getting ugly, which will slow down the selling momentum somewhat. But after a crash, it's very nice because you get all these discount deals you can get in and just ride them back up. And normally that rebound's a pretty hot market for pretty much all stocks, like we saw past year after the pandemic lockdown. But I don't want the market to crash. But will it be a good buying opportunity? Probably. Like a car crash or something? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And this is what I was saying too yesterday with looking at the SPY and stuff. It looks like we've had a ton of volatility, but looking at the VIX, it's like no volatility. This makes no sense. Like last year in the pandemic lockdown, TVIX I made a bunch of money on, which was a ETN, volatility ETN. But it's just it's the ATN doesn't exist anymore, but VIX still does, and it's just not doing anything. It's just like no volume. It's strange. Like you look at that and you think, oh, nothing's going on in the market, and then you look at the SPY and see these big chunky candles up and down, up and down, up and down. Doesn't make sense. It's a lot of things disconnected from reality right now. Which the stock market normally is disconnected from reality, but Merit and Riot are on a tandem. That's probably because Bitcoin's running. Let's see, did Bitcoin break 60,000? Yet. Close. Bitcoin pushes for a new high. It's going to be an interesting couple of days for the crypto market, especially if the SPY continues to drop, but cryptos continue to rise. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Let's take that out. We kind of passed it, but we're slowly riding up this trend line. Let's see, let me look at this on a higher time frame so I can. Oh boy, this is a interesting triangle we got going on here. There's a trend line on the 5-minute. Yeah, it's on the 5-minute. You can see it's a big old wedge. So we may get a breakout out of this. This is a pretty nice wedge. If it can come up and start testing that 215 areas again. Yeah, so probably crypto plays is where it's going to be at the moment. Yeah, BAC's crypto. That's crypto. Riot Mara. That one's kind of selling off. That's the. Oh, that's not Grayscale. I thought that was Grayscale. But I don't know if you guys watched that video with Liam that I posted last night, but we looked at the altcoin season index, and this is if you're crypto trading. That altcoin season index is a pretty good chart, pretty good indicator to give you an idea when altcoins are getting overbought. There we go. We're starting to pop up out of this triangle. We haven't had a candle close over 215 yet, so we really want to see us close over that 250 area. Looking pretty good here. Oh, there we go. Nice pop. I was about to say it looks like it's gonna break. We're hitting that 225 area. So like I said, that's gonna be pretty strong. It's a new high a day. But since there's not a lot else going on, this may start getting some volume. Yeah, 225 is kind of, like I said, 225, 235-ish. That area is going to be some resistance. See a little more selling coming in there at 220. Actually, they all got taken out. That was pretty quick. See, this candle's fixing to close. Looks like we may get a strong close over 220. That'll probably lead to another pop here. Yeah. Quick little pop up to 227. Good morning, Michelle. So we're getting a nice little triangle breakout so far. If this breakout can confirm by holding above 220. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. So we got, like I said, we got a lot of selling between here and 235. If we can get a nice big pop through that. But in this market, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be able to go on that big of a run or not. Although we are getting increase in volume, this is the most buying volume we've had yet this morning with that last green big buying volume candle. Buying volume can continue to come in here. Which it actually is. Let's see, we got 20 seconds on this candle to close. Close above 225 would be a strong close. And it did close above it. You can tell people are skittish as soon as it broke over at 225. People locking in profits. Because if you got in down here on the trend line or whatever, it's about a 30-cent move. I'm up about, a little less than 20 cents at the moment. Whoops. Undrew my trend line. Come on, get up there. So this may come back down to the trend line again. Building pretty good support at 220. Buyers holding it up there multiple times. That's at the top of that previous high of day. You can see right there, you draw the line straight across there. 220 trying to be some support. And it's basically trying to confirm the top of this breakout. And if it holds above 220, then that will confirm it. We can start to curl back up and break over 225. But you can see it's getting pushed down on that 220 right now. So we may have to have another pullback. Now 220 still holding that support. That they pushed it back above 220 there. See, buyers trying to hold it up. We may be getting ready to go on a move here. See, bids really stacking at 220. We're breaking through 225 again. Yeah, we're getting real close for another leg up. Here we go. Hit a new high at 230. Had some good momentum going into 230, but getting smacked there a little bit. There we go. I was going to say 230 starting to get ate up a little bit. So 235. Yeah, you see there's a bunch of sellers sitting at 235. If we can break through those, we may be able to see that pre-market high at 260 or at least 250 maybe. We'll see. I have 50. I have 50 shares of it. Let's see. We're getting really close to possible breaking over that 235. A lot of sellers I got taken out at 234. Yeah, I mean you can trade with higher, but I've been doing a small account challenge for a long time, so I don't have enough type of funds to try to buy $1,000 of any of these stocks. Or 1,000 shares. I'm working with limited capital. But if I had to win 1,000 shares on this, I'd already be up $300. So are you new to trading, Eluded Gaming? I haven't seen you in the chat before. I'm hoping you're not new to trading if you're trading thousands of shares at a time. Yeah, I've been doing a small account challenge for a while now, though. But I'm trying to help new traders kind of see how to grow a small account, because you see a lot of YouTube channels like Ross Cameron, for example, is trading hundreds of thousands of shares at one time, and nobody new to the markets are going to be trading that much. Hopefully, if they do, then they must have a lot of money to lose. Been trading for 20 years. Nah, see, that's the thing. I don't want new traders to be using leverage, so I'm not using leverage either. Like the whole point of this is just to show that you can grow an account with a small cash account. Getting hung up at 240 here. See if buying come in. I'm gonna get ready to possibly lock out of 240 breaks, because I'd say that pre-market high, or at least 250 to 260, somewhere in there is going to be some resistance. Yeah, but new traders shouldn't be using leverage. They shouldn't be on a margin account. If you don't know what you're doing, why would you get? Why would you? If you don't know what you're doing, why would you risk somebody else's money? Like, you're on margin, you're risking your own money and somebody else's money, which means if you mess up, you're gonna have to be paying way more money back. It doesn't teach. Oh yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. I ain't worried about that, but you know, for what I'm doing on the channel, there's a reason for what I'm doing. I appreciate the advice, but I got it under control. No worries. Hakuna Matata, bro. So where did we get up? Because we got all the way up to 242. That's a weird. Let's see. That's a weird place for this to stop at. So this may pull back down to the trend line. Well, there's some decent buying at 230. Yeah, you can build a account faster with margin, but you can also blow up an account faster with margin. Margin's a double-edged sword. Let's see real quick. What's the SPY looking like still? Oh yeah, SPY is having trouble. It's like a dead pig just squirming on the ground right now, trying to get, well, not a dead pig, but almost dead pig squirming on the ground right now, trying to get up. It's like wait, and it just keeps getting keeps getting whacked in the head with a shovel or something. I don't know. Let's see. PFMT starting to come back up, possibly an engulfing. Well, no, it's not really engulfing because the body's not below that one. But still, we are getting a little bit of a little curl there. We may get a breakout here up to 250. If we can get through that 240, still a lot of sellers there, but. So we got rejected there. Real choppy right in this area though. Got upper shadows, lower shadows. A lot of indecision right in this area. But it does kind of look like it's starting to curl back down to the trend line. Unless 230 can hold up here. 230 is trying to hold as support. Got 30 seconds on this candle to hold this 230 area. Okay, now it's starting to look like it's going to pull back down the trend line. The 230 area cracking, so we could see it back down at that 220 area. Maybe 225. 225 could try to hold here as the trend line catches up. Because we were quite a bit off the trend line from down here at 213 to being all the way up at 241. And pretty much 240 to 260. It's going to be a lot of resistance. So I'm gonna hold it as long as the trend line holds up and try to see if it can break through one more time. But it may take a few minutes. Maybe like 10 minutes here for this to hold up and start coming back around. Yeah, the SPY dropping even more. Now it's testing the 9 EMA, but the 9 EMA is really starting to look like pressure curl. We got this downtrend on the SPY, and QQQ's got to look ridiculous right now. Yeah. Yeah, so QQQ looks like that's probably going to come back down to that 100-day. And if that 100-day doesn't hold up, all the way down to 220, whatever. But regardless, on this play, I am going to be in the profit unless something dramatic happens and I can't get out if it starts cracking the trend line. We're looking pretty good there. Buyers still buying it off of the trend line. Oh, this week too. By the way, guys, this week, Friday, the stock market is closed. So we do have a short week. So it's the end of the month. It's a short week. The market has bad news. I would say the rest of this week is probably going to be pretty ugly. I don't see any reason why it would get better anytime this week. But next week is the beginning of a new month. So we could see everything start to turn around. Unless I'm right about this market crash. And I don't want to be right. It's just my thoughts. But if the market does drop, whatever, like I said, good buying opportunity. Real quick while that's doing its thing, let's see if Bitcoin's. Bitcoin having a little bit of a pullback. It did hit 60,000. Getting rejected there at 60,000, but it did touch it. Yeah, it's 225 areas trying to hold us some support. Alright, while this is doing its thing, looks like it's going to hold up. I'm going to throw a stop loss in real quick. I'm going to take a quick breather while this is doing its thing. So it looks like we may come back up. I might not be able to put a stop loss in this one. It's AT ladder. Yeah, no, it's not going to. Okay, whatever. Alright, well, I'll be right back, guys. I have this on my phone. Well, let's see. Yeah, give me just a minute. I'll be right back real quick. All right, so we're just riding this up. There you go. There's a good lesson from one life. If you're sick and you're foggy headed and all that, probably don't trade because you won't be clear headed. You gotta be an assassin, so you gotta be clear headed. Think of it like that. Like if you're an assassin, like if you gotta sneak around and take out the British monarchs or whatever assassins do. You gotta be sharp. You can't be hungover. If you see a hungover assassin, then he's probably not very good at his job. So you gotta be clear-headed, gotta be straight. We're at war right now for our wealth. This is economic warfare that's happening at the moment. Not just this trade, but in general. This is PFMT. There you go. What life's a Michigan Monarch. Starting to crack the trend line here, so I may be hopping out unless it can hold up. See, we cracked that 225. There's some buying trying to hold it up. Yeah, we're starting to crack a little bit. See if we can get a push back up here, but probably this is done. This is a big curl over. There's some good buying there at 215. A lot of buyers. Yeah, huge buyers coming in above that 215 area. Ooh, and they're getting taken out. Ooh, yeah, we're cracking hard here. No, they're still trying to hold this up. I'm going to give it a shot because I'm still in the profit. I'm going to give it a shot to try to come back up here. If I can hold that 215 for a minute. May rebound back up. But more than likely it's going to crack here. Yeah, 215 is starting to act as resistance. Starting to hold up a little bit. See, on the 15, my line is a little off. Even on the 15, not still a crack. I should put the trend line there. I don't like the trend line there though. Yeah, that's the trend line right there. A bunch of candles hit. I mean, maybe this trend line's a little bit lower on a higher time frame. Everyone can earn a mill. You get a mill. You get a mill. If we start testing 215 again, I'm going to hop out. There we go. Starting to get back over 220. I mean, you're not wrong about that math. But you got to make 50K in profit. Depending on your living expenses and all of that, a 50K salary ain't going to be enough to make $1 million in that time frame. You have to be 50K over all your expenses and living costs. Don't twist the story the facts. it's expensive to live out here. United States is expensive, man. You gotta have money just to be alive. Like, you just think about that for a second. You have to have money to be alive. And the government wants to tax the hell out of the money that you need to stay alive. I don't see how that makes sense to anybody. Maybe it's just me, but starting to push back up here a little bit. If it can break over 225, it may come back alive here again. And it's right where the downtrend is at. Let's see, SPY back over 394. That's not too bad. Just trying to come back up. Let's see. Yeah, we're starting to break 225. We may get this move. Ooh, big, huge seller at 225. That is not good. That's a big seller. It was like 20,000 shares, I think. Sitting at the downtrend. We need to see that break here soon. We were pushing above 225 until he came in, and that's not he or she or whatever they are. Came in, and that's really holding it down. Yeah, see, look at that. 20,000 shares. Let's see if you can get taken out. It's going to take a lot of buying volume to take this person out. Buyers are trying to push it up there and take this guy out, but it's a little rough right now. Coming back down to the trend line one more time. We need to be testing at 225. We need to be taking out that big seller. This market's like paint drying right now. Oh, he's moved down now. He's moved down to 222. We're getting very close to cracking. Well, if anybody has any questions, suggestions, or ideas, get those in. Give the stream about 15 more minutes here. This is either gonna crack right here, or it'll hold up and then start to curl back up. It's getting very close to cracking. Yeah, I agree. One Life is starting to look done. Those big sellers in the way are a problem, and I don't know if we can get enough buying volume to take them out. I mean, we're still on this trend line. Let me actually draw this trend line. I think I put the trend line kind of wrong. I don't think I should have drew it with that candle. Oh yeah, we're starting to crack here. I'm not gonna leave that one in there. So yeah, there we go. That looks a little bit better. As far as the trend line, but it doesn't look better as far as the actual price at the moment. So we're going straight down this downtrend line at the moment. Yeah, I know what you're saying, One Life. I'm not gonna hold this much longer. If it doesn't start coming back up, I'm about to get out. I've been close to getting out multiple times, but it keeps holding up. See, buying volume has decreased actually in the last little bit. Don't you worry about my $4, Daniel B. It's $6 now. Let's talk about my $4. Yeah, there's probably 100,000 shares trying to hold it down. But as long as you got your trend line, the trend is your friend, and the trend is still showing up. So you might have dipped below the trend line for a second. As long as let's see if this big guy can get taken out. He's getting taken out. We're good to go. We got that big fella out of there. Still some selling in this 225 area. They just got taken out. Yeah, all right. There we go. We got them sellers out of there. See, my $4 might be $10, Daniel B. Don't jump the gun. Try to make fun of my my $4. You don't know. You don't know what this stock's gonna do. Nobody does. The stock's crazy. Now we want to see 225 hold as support again. And you saw as soon as it touched 225, buyers bought it up. So I think we're good to go. I think we'll test this 240 area, if this 242 again, this high, if we can get above 230 right here. Now, if we don't get above 230 and we start testing that 225 support again, that could be an issue. But getting a decent little rebound so far, and this candle's fixing to close. See if it can close above 225. Oh yeah, very nice. Getting some momentum into 230, 230 breaking down. There we go. Very nice. Mm, 230 still acting as a little resistance. Need a big buying volume push to push it through that 230 strong here. Still quite a bit of selling pressure. Let's see if we can get through here. We're not moving much at 230. We're not getting hardly any buying, taking out those seller positions. So that may not be good. Let's see. It looks like we're going to test again. We need to keep testing it. Try to get them out of there. We don't really want it to pull back at this point. There we go. After I'm streaming, I'm gonna eat breakfast and do a few things, and then I got a recording session with Blackamore Hampton. He's gonna be on Portfolio Power Up. We're gonna do it the same way we did with Liam, where we record some discussion and then I'll cut that down into shorter videos so you guys can see that. But Blackamore Hampton, I think, was on the channel a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, right before the pandemic crash, if I remember correctly. So we'll have him back on the channel, see what he's talking about, see what he's got going on, and discuss his thoughts on everything going around. So I'm busy. I'm always busy. Daniel B., I've offered you plenty of times to come on the show and talk, and you never want to. If you want to be on the show, I will get you on the show. But I'm pretty sure it'll just be you yelling at me for an hour straight about how bad of a trader I am. Which could be very entertaining. Why would I pay you something? You're the one who wants to be on the show. Well, I pay you something. You sit there making fun of my $4 and then asking me to pay you something. Are you serious right now? Oh, look at you and your $4. I would like to be on your show, please, and please pay me as well. You're a funny guy, DB. I'm just not listening. Not listening to the old wise Daniel B. Daniel B is Thanos of the stock market. He just snaps his fingers and all the stocks he's in just rip. While everybody else's, their accounts get cut in half just from the snap of his Thanos fingers. He's got the pay him in crypto, force him in the crypto world. Yeah, here I'll pay you, DV. I'll pay you some crypto. You got a Ledger wallet? What's your wallet address? I'll send it to you. I'll pay you in Dogecoins. You want some Dogecoins, Daniel B? So this is kind of like the old caddy metaphor I was using the other day. This stock is, warming up the old caddy, trying to get started and hopping on the road. I don't think it's a caddy though. I think it's more like a golf cart. Old golf cart. It's having problems starting and getting going, but this old faithful. Two buyers trying to hold up at 230 area. You have a Louis Vuitton valet. I don't know what a Louis Vuitton valet is. Is your valet all just dressed in Louis Vuitton and all of that? So coming back down the trend line again for another test. Or did you mean a Louis Vuitton wallet? I'm guessing that's what you mean. We're starting to... We did bounce off the trend line there. Like I said, there's just going to be a lot of selling pressure between 230 and 240. But we're seeing that. I said a wallet. Are you spelling wallet with a V? Is that how you guys spell the W sound in your language? Is with a V instead of a W? Because I know that is true in some languages. Or are you just messing with me right now? Because I don't know. I can never tell with you. Kind of got this downtrend still like that. It's a little pivot point. It's a word generator. Are you a robot? So this candle's fixing to close. If the next candle pushes up, I think we'll get a break up. Ooh, not if it does that. That's an ugly drop. $220 trying to hold a support again. I'll look at this on a higher time frame. Starting to... Let's see, let's just take this trend line out because it's pretty much done. So actually we do have a little flag on the 15-minute there. If I can curl back up. It's got to get over 230 though and hold it. It tried to do it there, but you can see on that 15-minute candle it ended up coming back down below that 230. But I do kind of like the way it looks at the moment on the 15, as long as it can hold up. So I said it's more like a golf cart. It's not a super low float stock. It's kind of low float, but it's not a super low float. There's definitely a lot of battle going on, and it's not pretty, but I'm looking for it to go up to 250. crack here. SPY coming back up, bouncing off that 9-day. I don't know how, but it is what it is. $220 still holding up support. There we go. We got back over 225. See if we can push through 230 again. Looks like it may try to get up there and test it. Now, if this is going to move up, it's either going to be on this break, on the next candle or two, or it may have to come back down to the trend line one more time and then curl up again. But preferably, I'd like to see it break here. Alright, so we're a little all over the place at the moment. LiveMint PayPal launches crypto checkout service. So that should get the cryptos going some more. It's pretty big news. Breaking over, we're testing at 230 at the downtrend now, so let's see if we can break out this time. Getting rejected so far. And like I said, if anybody has any questions or anything, go ahead and get those in. We'll be ending the stream here pretty shortly, depending on what this does. Still getting held up with the downtrend though. Need a strong break through this 230. If this candle can close over 230, I think we'll be good to go. It's got 20 seconds left. Still struggling with that 230 area. Like I said, it may have to come back down and curl back up one more time. I appreciate that, H&H Trader. And we may be getting an engulfing candle here. Oh yeah, starting to break this downtrend. With this possible engulfing candle. The body is bigger than this previous red candle if it can close above the previous red candle. We got a minute and a half for that to close. So it could easily still push back below that candle. We're looking pretty decent here. $235 breaks. Oh, and it just did. See, like I said, we want this close above 230. We got 30 seconds. And get this close above 230 with this engulfing candle. We should get a move up to test that high a day and high a year at 242. Ooh, getting pushed back down there. Got 6 seconds for this candle to try to close above 230. Buyer's trying to hold it up. Ooh, that's interesting. We did not close, so that's not an engulfing candle. So we probably are going to have to come back down one more time. Unless we get another surge of buying volume to try to push it through here. See real quick, I'm gonna look around, see what else has been happening because I've been focused on this. VSTI slowly coming back up. Nothing there. GSX did get a decent little pop, but not a lot. PDN. Timber with a slow climb. CYDY. This made a decent move so far. GFIN, nothing really there. LIZI making a very nice move as well, but running into a lot of resistance right here. Kirk looks like the Wayfarer of Korea. And that's if this candle cracks below 225, then we'll come back down to, oh, this line's a little crooked. Let me straighten this line out. See exactly where's that support at. 215 is this exact support area. And we make an engulfing candle on this one. Let's see, we got 20 seconds left. This candle can start pushing over 230 in this last 20 seconds. Should be the momentum into the push. Oh, CPNG, look, you said looks like the Korean Wayfarer. I don't know what that is. CPNG. Yeah, we're getting an engulfing candle this time. Actually, my eyes may be a little bit off. Oh no, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be engulfing. The body's got to be inside the engulfing, but still, it is trying to close over or break over 230 right now. Really getting rejected pretty hard at 230. Needs to have a strong break of that real soon. But we have gotten out a lot of sellers in this past hour. Struggling here to get over 230. Come on, PFMT, just give me a little frisk. Just break through this 230 area. You don't got to get super frisky, just a little mild frisk. Yeah, I am familiar with JMIA, and that is the Amazon of Africa. I'm not familiar with OZON. Let's see here. Come back up to this 235 area. Have so much selling pressure above this. And we're coming back down. So like I said, may have to come back down. Getting rejected there. Come back down a little bit and curl back over. But really we wanted to stay above 220. Where these three candles held up at, right there at 219, 220 area. See, we were building higher lows through there. Low, low, low. And now we're actually making a lower low, which is not a good sign. It could start to dump. If I see 215 cracking, I'm getting out. But so far, at 215's held up as support back here, right here. And then 220 held up as right there. So, but it does look like it may be getting ready to crack pretty hard. Getting real close. getting ready to lock this out. Got 215 starting to act as resistance. We need to be support, not resistance. See a bunch of sellers. Buyers are trying to hold up at 215, but a bunch of sellers have moved down from those higher prices. Sitting in this right above 215 again. Yeah, it is real heavy. That's what I'm getting more concerned about. As longer this goes on and it doesn't break, keep struggling to get over that 230. Yeah, I'm getting out. Big sellers started coming in at 215, so long struggle, long battle for a very small little bit of profit. But I tried to give it a chance. I gave it as long as I could to try to break out, and it could not do it. Yeah, look, it looks ugly now. Then be back on the $4 in profit thing again. No, I couldn't hold it back on that. I'm trying to be smarter for everybody and not be a bag holder on stocks anymore. Sometimes I get caught up in the hype. I don't know what the SPY is going to do today. QQQ still in this downtrend as well. I think we're probably done, but I'm gonna call it a day. It was a lot of Bitcoin still testing 60,000. Trying to break out, got this nice U shape going. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Got more content coming out today. Another video. But I appreciate everybody joining me. I don't know if I said that yet already, but appreciate you guys joining me. If you don't mind, let's teach that dirty algorithm a lesson. Smash that like button on your way out so the algorithm gets put in its place. So you guys stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time.